Right, 3 February 2024, and today I've got quite a lot of stories that I have to cover. It's a very, very eventful day. This is going to be election year or election day. In fact, it's one of the biggest elections that we've had since the main election that we had in August 2023. Today we're going to have almost 30 elections. So that is about 23 council elections and 7 by-elections for MPs. And I'm going to go through those elections. But we have a very, very interesting story which has developed this week. That is the beating up of Deputy Minister Mnangagwa at a Harare nightclub this week. So this story has been very, very strange. And it's not clear what's happening. But my question that arose when I saw this story coming up is it possible that the deputy minister is involved in certain things at night that he is not supposed to be involved in? There's a very big possibility there that Tongai Mnangagwa is doing things at night that he's not supposed to be doing. That is why he ended up getting a beating. He got a very big beating this week. And the man that beat him up was in court yesterday, and he was released on bail. So the story is in the Herald newspaper, and I'm going to share with you the picture of the man that beat up Tongai Mnangagwa for the first time. You're going to see that picture. This is the young man that beat up Tongai Mnangagwa in his motorcade. So the whole motorcade of Tongai Mnangagwa was beaten up by this young man here. So you can see the guy with the paper is called, let's remove the banner there so that you can see. He's called Munyaradzi Mwedziwendira on the left. So that is the guy with the black. I know the one who's smiling. I guess this one probably got a few claps there by remand police or remand prison or by the police station, because this case now involved state security. After he beat up Tongai Mnangagwa, he ran off and left 4 of his luxury cars. So there is a lot of things happening in Harare, but this guy, very, very brave to beat up Tongai Mnangagwa. So let's see what happened during this story. Tongai Mnangagwa is the Deputy Minister of Tourism and Hospitality. He was attending a party at the house of Wellington Vengesai, and they parked their cars. Then they parked in a young man here, Munyaradzi Mwedziwendira, who I was just showing you. The motorcade of Mnangagwa parked in the motorcade of Mwedziwendira, a private individual. On return from the party, Vengesai came across Mwedziwendira, who was talking on top of his voice, complaining that Mnangagwa had parked him in. Mwedziwendira charged towards Mnangagwa and held Mnangagwa by the collar before turning and charging towards Vengesai. So in other accounts, it says Mwedziwendira clapped Mnangagwa 2 times. So I think the Herald is trying to maintain the respect of the minister here. But the actual police docket says Mwedziwendira clapped Mnangagwa twice on the open hands. Then he went and clapped Vengesai twice with open hands. So yeah, this is quite interesting. Other people involved in this case is Jasper Sifas Kuziba, who also appeared here. So they took 4 of his cars, of Mwedziwendira's cars. So for those who just joined us, this is the young man that beat up your minister, your deputy minister. The guy with the black was very angry that Mnangagwa had parked his cars behind his, and so he beat up Mnangagwa. So he was taken in and arrested. They left 4 of their cars, of the luxury cars, and went away in another. Then the police took those cars that they had left and kept them at the police station in impound. So as it stands right now, their cars have been taken. They don't have their cars. So as I said, this he was released on bail. He's not arrested at all. And I'm worried that our minister could be involved in some other things there at night that he's not supposed to be involved in. And the good thing about being involved in things like that is that eventually we're going to find out what Tongai Mnangagwa is involved in. You cannot hide it. If someone has got certain habits, those habits are going to come out, and we're going to know what Tongai Mnangagwa is involved in. If he's not careful, one day someone is going to shoot him, and then we're going to hear that the minister was shot at such and such a place, because this is not a place that a minister should be in, hanging around in the avenues. Those are not places for ministers. I know some very respectable people, like really high-ranking Zimbabweans, who used to go to the avenues and leave their bodyguards, like literally just escape from home at night and go to the avenues to feel like young men. I don't know what that is all about. So the 4 cars that have been impounded is the BMW 530, a red VW, a Mercedes-Benz C240, and a silver Mercedes 220. Those are the cars that they had. And this incident happened at the weekend. And on Wednesday, that is when Mwedziwendira was arrested. So Mwedziwendira beat up Tongai Mnangagwa here. And this situation is very, very strange. What was Tongai Mnangagwa doing in this place? This place is at Truth Mansion. Truth Mansion. I don't know if you know Truth Mansion, between 6th and Leonard Preston Avenue in Harare. This is a dingy area. I don't know what he was doing there. Something very, very strange. So if you know 5th Avenue, I don't think this is 5th Avenue. This is 6th Street. I don't think the minister should be hanging around in this area. That's why he ends up getting a beating from people. People will not respect you if you're a minister and you do such things. Right now, we've got very, very important news. Today's election news, by-election news. I'm going to give you the actual results when they come out. The recalled MPs have defied Nelson Chamisa. So you know Nelson Chamisa said he doesn't want anything to do with the elections. They went to court, and Nelson Chamisa withdrew his affidavit. So they lost to Tshabangu, so they are not going to be on the ballot paper. This includes people like Ostallos, people like Chibaya. They all are not going to be on the ballot paper. They lost to Tshabangu because Chamisa is no longer supporting that affidavit. So I'm going to give you the actual elections, but our MPs are going to be in Chegutu West, Goromonzo South, Mkoba North, Pelanda, Chavalala, Seke, and Zumba East. Then we've got a whole bunch of by-elections. I'm going to post them for you tomorrow morning as soon as you get them. Then, obviously, what has happened now means that Zimbabwe is no longer having an electoral dispute. What Chamisa has done with removing himself from the CCC, it's going to be very difficult for him to say, I've got MPs in parliament, because he's removed himself from the party. So let's see what Biti and Tshabangu do, because they still have a part to play. Let's see what Mkwananzi is going to do. We now have multiple parties in this dispute. Then I want to show you a few more things, a few more pictures. The United States Embassy is doing a great job in Botswana. So this is the American Embassy to Botswana. He met with the Executive Secretary of SADC, and he's called Ambassador Howard A. Van Franken. He met with the head of SADC, the Executive Secretary of SADC, Mr. Elias Mahosi. So Mr. Elias Mahosi is the man that is responsible for everything that you are seeing, all the good job that SADC is doing. After that, Mr. Mahosi met with the U.S. Executive Secretary of the Southern Africa, Her Excellency Ms. Molly Fee, the Assistant Secretary of the USA Bureau of Africa. So they also had a meeting, and this is her here. So the United States doing a lot of stuff with SADC. SADC is really meeting a lot of people. And also, SADC had a meeting with all the international organizations on cholera. So they had a meeting. So this is that meeting that I showed you with the US ambassador to Botswana. Then let us wrap up with what's happening with the laws. Zimbabwe Media Commission Act is being amended, and Chief Nemakonde has been buried. So Chief Nemakonde died at almost 100 years. So he's been buried, and you can go and find that story in the Herald. You'll see him there. He's got 7 wives and a lot of children that he left. So today, that is the main story. Tongai Mnangagwa got a beating in the avenues. What was Tongai Mnangagwa doing there? The man that beat him up has been released on bail. And this is the man that beat him up. Very strong man to beat up Tongai Mnangagwa. And obviously, there is something going on with Tongai Mnangagwa over there. I don't know what he's doing in these places. I hope that he's not into certain substances, or he's not into the ladies of the avenues, because something happened for him to get a beating over there. Very embarrassing indeed. And his bodyguards were threatened with a gun. This was going to turn very, very sad and very, very dangerous for Tongai Mnangagwa. People have to tell this man to stay at home. He's a minister now. He can't do this. He can't enjoy the ladies of the avenues and the substances of the avenues. Leave those to normal and ordinary people. If you want to enjoy ladies, I'm sure there are people you can call in Harare who've got certain services online, not kind of avenues. So I think this is it for today. I'm going to come back, obviously, tonight to say how the elections have gone. We've got a big problem that is developed. All these massive numbers of MPs. It's almost like with the new election. And the CCC is in disarray. Right now, as you speak, the CCC is in disarray. Noso Chamisa is out there. He has not said what he's going to do. And do not believe it when someone says Chamisa is getting more popular. He's not getting more popular because of this. And this is not getting him closer to the presidency. So we need to encourage these guys to come back together and work together. That's what we're doing here. We're saying Tendai Biti, Nelson Chamisa, Washman Ngube, Karenyi Kore, all these people that are there, Anam Pananzi, come together and work together. You will not defeat this ZANU-PF if you do what you're doing. So this is where we are. But let's watch the situation as it develops today. These by-elections are going to be very, very important. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. This was my update for today. I'll be back again later tonight to give you a roundup of what has happened with these very, very important by-elections that are pitting the CCC against ZANU-PF. I hope that ZANU-PF doesn't sweep everything. Yeah, because if that happens, we have a situation. I hope that at least the CCC wins those elections. Whoever is representing the CCC should then win, and we see what happens. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and a good day to you all.